Hello, it's Danita here from sunny central, extremely hot Florida. I wanted to do a quick little update of the backyard gardens. It's getting very hot. Things are dying on me because it's too hot. So I need to do some garden prep to try to save a few things and try to plant the things that I can't save. I want to tear out and plant some things that can tolerate this heat. Yeah, so anyways, that's what this is for. Feel free to join along and watch if you want. If not, I understand. Have a wonderful day. But try to grow something and then eat it. I'm telling you, the food just tastes better when you grow it yourself. Even if it's just in pots, you can do it. You can grow in just pots. You can. And it doesn't have to cost money. Most of this stuff you see that I'm using was free. My husband scraps metal, so you'll see things laying around the yard like these. These are headed to the scrap pile. So I have an abundant amount of material and things to use at the free. He's also a handyman, so he owns his own business. So I did get lucky on there. These are refrigerators. He was gonna scrap, and I said, nope, I'm gonna make gardens out of them, and that's what I did. So this here is my refrigerator garden bed. There is 3 refrigerators, as you can see, and yes, they got gutted out, holes drilled in them, and now I grow, and they are the best garden beds. I love them, and I have to put up fencing, so you see all the fencing up around it. It's because I have chickens. So, and they love to eat what I grow as well. Some of this food I grow for them. They have stuff throughout the yard. Right now it's cherry tomatoes. They love cherry tomatoes. This here was headed to the scrap pile. This old broken toolbox. This is going to soon be my carrot garden. Right now, as you can see, I have some longevity spinach that just loves this heat, and I'm so bummed because the chickens do not like it. I was hoping they would. It would have been a never-ending source of food for them, but they don't. But that's okay. We can eat it. I'm not fond of eating it like in salads because for me it's a little fibrous, you could say, but it's great for cooking. You can chop it up and cook it in your dishes. I may try to dry it out into a powder. I mean, because it's good for you, healthy, great for green drinks. Yes, this was an old cooler, ice chest, headed to the scrap yard. As you can see, this is what I got going on in it right now. There is a little pepper buried in there. You guys already had your snacks. You already had your snacks. I don't have anything else, Mr. P. Huh? You want your muffin? And we got little Taco over there. She's always got something to say. And Rosie. Hi, Rosie. She keeps taking her apron off. You can see in her back, that's from having a big-ass rooster with big-ass feet. But she keeps taking her apron off. All right. They want. Hi. It's your pasta. Can you say hi? She keeps her apron on. Yes, she does. And this is one of our newest mystery cats. They love our yard. He has one eye. We call him One Eye Willie. Oh, your eye is open. It's getting better. We have a lot of stray cats that come in our yard. Yes. All of them are, they're all nice, but one we do have to chase off because he chases the chickens, and he's a big fat boy. So he's being fed somewhere. But this cat here, you can tell he's a tomcat. So we feed him. Yeah, we have a couple. Yes, you are, pretty boy. You deserve love too, huh? Okay, I'm getting distracted here. All right, I want to do a quick walk through what I got to do. You can kind of see I got some peppers to pick. The peppers that are getting shaded out, this one, pepper's doing great, but as you can see that one back there, it just it's crawling on me completely. Oh, we got an egg. Go get her, Mr. P. Go get your girl. Yes. Chickens, listen, if you're thinking of getting chickens, make sure where you live, where you're going to get them, you're not going to freak your neighbors out. 'Cause this is a daily recurrence. And I have 10 hens, I think, 9 or 10 hens, so this happens throughout the entire day. Our neighbors, thankfully, you can see a house back there. And then the side neighbor's way over there. And then we have a neighbor over there. So I think we have like maybe a half an acre here. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, I don't know. But nobody seems to mind. Oh my goodness. It's Apple in there. Come on, Apple. Come on now, little girl. Hi, Apple. Come on, Apple. Come on, Apple. Taco always has something to say. And those grates I have there, are to stop them from digging dirt into the back patio. Look, I took a lid off of that and they've already dug in it. I'm sorry, boy, I don't have any food for you right now. No. Anyways, let me get back to it. So these are the cherry tomatoes for the chickens. They are Everglades. They'll probably continue. Well, no, I could tell by the flowers. They've stopped a couple little flowers, but it's getting too hot. So what I want to do is I'm going to add try to add some shade cloth to the top of this, but I don't know. Because I like to come out here and pick these noisy girls some cherry tomatoes. I have I love these flowers. What is it? I mean, I planted it. Zinnia? I think a zinnia? Anyways. I planted a couple beans in there just to try to add a little nitrogen to the soil. It'll get cut up and put in there. I got a little pepper plant here. Marigold. Some Vicks plant growing. Some garlic chives. And you can see this refrigerator. This is the first time growing in this refrigerator. So it was full to the top. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, maybe you can tell by over there that the soil has really come down. So I want to eventually get everything out of here so I can fill it up more with soil. Because filling them up, mostly filled them up with branches, tree parts, sticks, leaves, kitchen scraps, yard scraps, and then I topped it off with soil. And over time, you know, it starts to come down. So this one here stayed up pretty well. So I need to clean this out. I may start working on it since it's so hot. There's only one tomato plant in here. And it's this one here. Not this one. This one's the Everglade. So not this one. But this little one right here. It produced, before it got really hot, it produced 2 pretty good sized tomatoes. But then it started getting too hot. No, then we got that huge downfall of rain and split them wide open. So I'm going to try to take cuttings of those. And so I can get some grown and have them ready for when the temperatures start to drop. I'll be ahead of the game. And I do have some mint back in there. And alright, this here is a voluntary from something I composted. And I could tell it was genetically modified or chemically sprayed or whatever. It was some type of squash because it's been growing for months, and it would only put out male flowers. It did put out 1 or 2 female flowers, but they instantly died. Nothing's happened, so I've been saving it to cut up to add to some new pot buckets. When I'm potting, I'll cut some up and add it to the bottom of the pot. Yeah. Here I just started these my little homemade tower gardens. This is a Thai basil, and it is absolutely loving where I put it. So I'm happy about that. I'm soon gonna chop some off and dry them out to dry me some Thai basil. My parsley is not looking good. This is just some milkweed I'm propagating. In here was my salad bed. It's pretty much petered out through the winter and spring. We had lots of salads out of this bed. You can see I still have some kale. I just recently planted some Egyptian spinach right there because it does love the heat. Some of it took on the transplant, some it didn't. I see a tomato coming up. Now my kale here, as beautiful as they are, they got white fly. As you see, I have some, looks like ginger possibly growing there, and the soil is going way down. So this is another bed I need to redo. So I'm going to take advantage of the heat of the summer and work on it little by little. So I took some of my kale out, sprayed them down really well with the hose. I mean, I gave them one heck of a bath because of the white fly, and they're not happy. I'm giving them shade here, and they're not happy. I'm hoping I can bring them back. I was trying to get them separated because of them being, they were all bunched in here too close. Breeding grounds for whitefly. I had a whitefly infestation last year, so I'm trying to not get another bat infestation this year. Alright, let's go back around. This is just a little workstation I made. Everything here was free. Hubby built that table it was holding a slop sink. Crates were free, everything. Even the little watering can was free. It was headed to the scrapyard. Now up here, if you have chickens, I highly recommend you grow this. First, I will say it's very invasive. So be forewarned. If a little piece of it touches the dirt, it's going to grow. I'm okay with that here in the backyard because it is one of the chickens' absolute favorite foods. So I'm growing it. Here we go. I just found one. This is called the Ivy Gourd. It grows these adorable, they look like mini watermelons. They turn red when they're ripe, and the chickens love them. I have them growing. I have a spider web right here. Sorry, web. You're in the way, walkway. I have some growing over on their chicken garden so they can pick their own. It's loaded with fruit. It loves the summer. It loves the heat. So this becomes a never-ending supply of food as well for the chickens. When they grow lower down below, they can eat them themselves. My goal is they forage a lot in the yard. These chickens are so well fed. I want to grow more. Let me come back out around here. I want to put some strings like over here and over there so this vine can take over the top more, as it'll provide nice shade. I want this area in here, I want it shaded out. And that way, when the sun comes in the morning, this side will get sun, and then as the sun goes down in the evening, that side will get the sun, and that way everything's not getting this full direct sun beating on it all day. I used to have a papaya tree here. It provided it shade in the heat of the day, but winter took it out. Here is, yes. So this also brings the pollinators as well. So in this bin here, this also setup is all free. It's just some tires. You can get them anywhere on the side of the road. Go to a tire shop. Sometimes they'll give them to you. A bin. I got a bunch of these bins free off of Facebook Marketplace. And then in here, in this pot, I have, this is the Egyptian spinach. It loves the heat, loves the sun, and I like this one. It's a very thin leaf. I like eating this one. I don't like thick-leafed lettuces in my salads. Cooking, yes, but in my salad, no. My goal is to grow salads all year round. So I'm getting there. I just bought a new spinach called Sisu spinach, and it looks delicious, and I can't wait. I have to figure out where to plant that today. Now in here, I got some voluntary turmeric. I had no idea there was turmeric in this pot. I did have beans in here earlier in the spring. They petered out. And so I put in some Egyptian spinach, some marigolds, and it looks like a little voluntary tomato, probably another Everglade. I'll let them grow. I let them grow wild. You'll see, we're everywhere for the chickens. So that's that. In this one here, as you can see, is the cherry tomatoes. They're petering out, but I'm still holding on because I'm still picking cherry tomatoes. I had a couple hornworms come through and almost decimated my tomatoes. And I caught him at just the time. The only thing he wasn't eating was what was in the bags. If the tomatoes weren't in the bags, he was eating them. So yeah, these save a lot. These have been delicious cherry tomatoes. I don't know what brand. They all grow wild here. I don't even have to plant cherry tomatoes anymore. All my Swiss chard has petered out. I still have some, let me see if I can, some peppers going. And over here is more longevity spinach, and it grows wonderful here. That's why I wish the chickens liked it. It's okay. It's beautiful, it's free food, it loves the heat and the sun. So that's another spinach you can grow here in the hot weather throughout the summer. It's not affected at all by these temperatures. Whew, I'm getting hungry. And so this bed needs to be redone. As you can see, this, I don't know if you can see. You can see the soil level is way down. So all these beds, I want to start while it's hot and not a whole lot to grow. I want to start cleaning them up and prepping them. I got some dill that's gone to seed there. There's the mint. Mint is very invasive. I have been using up this soil. I use this as a little compost bin. This was the freezer part of the fridge and a workstation. So there you go. Let's chickens love mirrors, just so you know. At least our chickens do. They especially if they're in the sun, they like to sunbathe in front of a mirror. Mirrors are free, of course. Husband does clean outs as well. We keep them throughout the yard, kind of also as a hawk deterrent, because when the hawks see themselves in the mirror, they think it's another hawk around. And you can see over there, there's a mirror. We have a mirror there because we're heading all to the dumpster. So another tip, if you have rain barrels, open rain barrels, you could just put a container like that on the top and see how the wind will blow it around, and it'll help prevent them from laying mosquitoes. Or you can get goldfish, but since this one comes off of our roof, it gets dirty. So the plants don't care if the water's dirty. But alright, here we go is some ginger. Believe it or not, it gets a lot of sun there and it does well. I have sweet potatoes in there. This has all been changed around. Milkweed's not looking happy. It needs to be cut down. I have a lot of new additions. Those shells used to be over here. I have some Malabar spinach. I'm also not the craziest about this. It is also, it's a thick, fibrous, chewy leaf. If you like that kind of stuff, then you will love this Malabar. It's also invasive. It grows everywhere, pops up everywhere. I didn't even plant it here, but for now, I'm just letting it go. I had papayas here. The winter took out a lot of stuff, so things are changing. I have some cranberry hibiscus I just planted there, and I got some new calla lilies, I think they're called, canna lilies. Moringa. This is just one of many doing wonderful. It loves the sun, the heat. Now look, this is, no, it's not. Okay, it almost looks like Egyptian spinach, but it's not. I'm not sure what it is, probably weed. But that is a papaya in there, and yes, I have to put this in there, otherwise the chickens will get in there and dig it out. I'm fixing to have to take it off, as you can see, and find something else. I like tires back here with the chickens when I grow stuff, as you can see. It really helps. There's many ways you can grow with chickens. You just have to learn what to do. Just like here, I put this metal crate on there as I put some flowers in there, and they were trying to eat them. There's one there, there's a marigold there, so this will have to soon come off. This one here I'm so excited about. This is a fairly new one. I believe it's a kumquat, and it's doing wonderful. Now this here let me get out of the sun, and yes, I have to pile the stuff around to keep the chickens out. This is their little, I used to have a bunch of papaya trees here, and it provided a big shaded area for the chickens. They would hang out in underneath here. This is their little, one of their little fun areas, but the winter took out my papayas. So I'm regrowing now the kumquat, and there is a moringa in there, but as you can see, some voluntary Everglade cherry tomatoes popped up. So I leave them alone. You won't see any tomatoes on the bottom because the chickens come through, and as soon as they start turning red, they eat them. But that's just an example of free food you can plant around your yard for chickens, and this is how you can do it. You just have to protect the base so they can't scratch out around the base of the plant. That's the main thing. As long as you do that, they're fine. If it's something they like, they will eat it. They love cherry tomatoes, so they can come back here and forage as much as they want, and my moringa is doing wonderful. This is my setup station again. Everything here was free. Was heading to the scrap yard. The shelf was given to us. The grill, I love this grill. Looks like I forgot to shut it. Normally I keep it shut. I keep all my stuff in here that I don't want to get rained on. Let's see, there we go. That's why I love the grill. I just put this shelf here. Hubby was gonna scrap it. I figured, you know what, I could do it for more, like in the spring and the winter when I start a bunch of seeds. I need somewhere to put them. Look at the little, I have neglected these starts. I started these in late winter. I had, oh my goodness, dozens. And I've planted them all out over time. I even have a little pigeon pea here. It really needs to get in the ground. And I just, look at these peppers. I need to find homes for them. These are all stuff still waiting for homes. Anyways, this is my working area, where I don't know, my flowers are dying. They need water. This is Katuk. I'm new to Katuk. I got some planted out there. This stuff all needs watering. It's what I'm going to do today. I just got these tomatillas. I've never grown them. I want to try them. This is Egyptian spinach waiting to get planted out. Some cuttings trying to root. That's the sisu spinach. I just need to find them a home. I can't wait to start trying to eat that. Yeah, this is my staging area. This is where I work. Pot stuff up. Back here is a mess. We just took out a big table, so all that's going. There was a big table here. It's going away, so now I can clean all this up. This is a barrel that was headed to scrap yard, but I'm going to use it to grow in. And then over here, I have not been able to clean this stuff up since winter, but as you can see, I have dragon fruit. I haven't tended to it for a while. And there's more cherry tomatoes that grow back here. The chickens eat them. This is just a mess. Sweet potatoes grow everywhere here as well. I need to get back here, and this is one of the areas I need to clean up. Bed frames. Husband is always picking up these metal bed frames, and they make wonderful trellises, especially for dragon fruit. I have some in the front yard. So don't throw away metal bed frames. Well, hello there, Henry. Look at him looking. What's going on back here, huh? We can't let him back here because he'd walk in all the chicken poo. Okay, carrying on. And over here I have my little pigeon pea trees. I'm so excited. Look at how wonderful they're doing. I've never grown pigeon pea. And yes, these are tires. I love tires. They give protection to the plants from the chickens. The chickens can jump up there and chill out if they want. And there is another pigeon pea. Pineapples. And this here is bleeding heart, and I need to train it back up on the fence. It's very evasive. Come the end of spring or summer, it'll start blooming. It almost got killed from the winter. It's going to take over this. I believe this is a chia plant. This right here, if you can get a hold of this, it grows like a weed. It grows from cuttings. And all summer, it'll be loaded with these little flowers, and it just brings in the pollinators like you wouldn't believe. Oh, my phone's getting hot. It's so hot out here. Anyways, carry on real quick. I want to finish this backyard. So I got 2 pigeon peas there. I had a 3rd pigeon pea there. That one didn't like it. Pineapples, grow them in the worst place possible and leave them alone, and they grow better like this. It's so weird. The ones out in my food forest don't grow like this. They don't get like this at all. The ones in the front yard. I give them more attention in the front yard. These back here that I neglect, look at them, and they grow big-ass pineapples, so neglect them. Okay, coming around here. Looks like I need to do some tending to my milkweed. There's our scrap pile. Husband's construction work zone. And my never-ending place for shopping for garden supplies. Back in this area, I'm in the process of cleaning up. There's my open compost bin, so the chickens can go in and they can also eat out of there. The compost provides bugs for the chickens. They stir up the compost, help it go faster, and blah, blah, blah. I just want to go over this side real quick. This papaya, we thought died, and it came back to life. Look at it, it's beautiful. Yeah, typical drama. That's Taco. All right, this here we are. It's under construction. We put in these stepping stones. Underneath these stepping stones is a foot of rock, because when it rains, this goes downhill as a slope. When it rains heavy, which we get sometimes, the water goes down into the garage there, unfortunately. Piss poor design when they built this house. And it can sometimes flood the patio. So what we're trying to do is we dig a foot or 2 down, fill it full of white rock, and then we're going to put these stepping stones in. My goal is to have stepping stones to come all the way to my banana area to the gate. Because these chickens dig a lot. And they dig a lot of holes, and I don't want to break an ankle. So we're gonna dig it down, fill it with rock, and then put the stepping stone so the water has somewhere else to go besides the garage. So let's go. So this is an area in work. I have this bathtub that was gonna get scrapped. I'm thinking of, I thought about a dirt bath for the girls, but they don't have no interest in it. Branches, stuff like this. Chickens love it. It's great to keep them out of areas I had to put these down because they would dig here and the dirt would all get in the back patio. I got ginger, have ginger that grows everywhere. There's Nacho. She's unwanted by the flock. She's an older chicken, so we keep her separated, unfortunately. They try to kill her if I let her out in the flock. And as you can see, they have the ivy gourd. I have it growing all over their chicken coop and their chicken run. This here is the chicken coop. There's a door right here, so we can lock them in the chicken coop if we need to. But normally at night, we just lock the main door. They roost, but this door is open so that when they get up, they can come out here into the run. He agrees. They love their home. My husband did a wonderful job. Half the material for this was recycled, and it withstood the last hurricane we got, which was a very strong Cat 2 that came through here, so we're happy with it. The signs were all free. They were being thrown away. Anyways, so I got Ginger. Yes, the chickens love to come up here and hang out because it's in the shade, especially when it's raining out, storming. And when we're hanging out on the back patio, they like to come hang out with us. This is a ever-bearing mulberry. I'm not happy with them. Papaya coming back. So this here is the chicken garden. As you can see right now, it is loaded with cherry tomatoes. And I don't do anything, but I didn't even plant these tomatoes. I didn't plant the papaya. There's a papaya growing out of there. There's some basil, and I did put this tomato plant. Oh, this is loaded with cherry tomatoes. Oh, they're chickens, they're waiting. So, and then this is the ivy gourd. So they can hop on up here on the tire and pluck their little ivy gourds when they find them. They can eat their cherry tomatoes when they want. This here is sweet potato. They actually love to go hide behind the vines. You can see how these are all chewed up over here because they've hidden in there so much. They've chewed them up. Another papaya that's popped up I didn't plant. There's some marigolds I did plant in there. I'm not seeing any fruit yet. This one here, the first one over there with all the fruit on it was the very first plants, the mother plant. So it's loaded with fruit. But this one, I'm not seeing any fruit yet. It also, oh yes, there's one right there. As soon as that starts turning red, that sucker will be gone. That might be why I'm not seeing any either, because as soon as they start turning red, chickens will devour them. So this is the chicken garden. That's a little bin with dirt. Sometimes I put compost in there for them to scratch around. You can see I have more ivy gourd there. I'm not sure what to do on this trellis yet. I have a volunteer tree. I can't think of the name. Another voluntary papaya. Once the temperatures get hot, papayas pop up everywhere here as well. So then there's the tree branch pile. Believe it or not, they love to climb around in there. Birds love to nest in there. It stays there. Sometimes I need branches to fill up pots. I get it from there. And then let's go around. This is my newest banana. So I have started growing bananas back here because of the last winter. There is the front food forest, and around there are my bananas way out in the open, and the wind tears them up. So I've moved some back here, and they are thriving, and they don't get all day sun. There's the Katuk. I'm new to Katuk. I'm growing that as well, hoping the chickens will like to eat it. So I'm hoping that'll be another source of food for the chickens. But I have shampoo ginger growing in here, and I have 2 different types of banana. And look at that pup. That's a brand new pup. It's already thrown up a pup. Look at there. They are thriving back here. I just planted. Now I have to plant these. I put these stepping stones around so I can walk all the way around. This is what I'm talking about. So I have somewhere to walk around because the chickens. And now they see the massive holes. And I have to put, now see this little section here, they will dig it out and get to the roots. So I will have to put some more branches there, but this is what I do to protect everything. It's loaded with branches. There is a volunteer, oh, what is the name of that tree? Huh?
Which one?
The one with the flowers on it. Our tree right there.
Bougainvillea?
No, the other one.
Crepe myrtle?
Crepe myrtle. There's one growing back here. Crepe myrtle right here. This looks like a crepe myrtle. I can tell by the top of it. So we'll see if we might have a crepe myrtle tree growing in here. And in that pot there, I have ginger. So I have some ginger started in there, and yes, the metal is to keep the chickens out just as well as here. I just grabbed these little metal pieces from the scrap pile. This is Katuk. I'm new to Katuk, and I'm seeing if this milkweed will grow in the partial shade, mostly shade. I did a test a couple years ago. There's a banana right there at the corner. I did a test. I put it there to see if it grows in the shade. It got very little, if any, sun. It grew beautiful. It did take 2 years to get the first banana, but let me tell you, it was the biggest and the best bunch of bananas I have gotten from my dwarf Cavendish. So I'm really excited about these back here. I think, well, I know, I could tell already by how they look. They are doing wonderful. Piles like that I keep around because, one, it encourages bugs. That's why the chickens are digging up this area so well, because it's so heavily mulched. There's a lot of bugs in the ground and they know it. And it breaks down and feeds the soil, keeps the chickens from scratching out. Look at the massive, look, they'll dig. I don't know. I didn't expect that they would dig underneath my stepping stone, so they have been over there. I've been having to fill them back in, and yes, I keep buckets of water around plants, so if I need to, like, something needs a quick drink, I use the little bottle, fill it up, and I'll water it. Yeah, and then out there is a food forest. I have 2 new additions. Right here I just planted is I think it's a Pakistani mulberry. And then here is mango. And then back in the forest, I planted a sugar apple. And that was completely decimated from the winter. And look at it, you can see all my beans. Black beans go all the way around. Here is my shampoo ginger. This all is going to get moved somewhere, I don't know. So that is the quick backyard garden tour. These chairs were picked up by hubby. Oh, we have so many chairs. Yeah, so I just wanted to get some progress recorded. I can't wait to get this finished. I'm thinking maybe just doing flowers in that tub. Yes, just flowers. This little apple. Hi, Apple, what you doing in your little garden? You like your little garden. They love to come in here and scratch around, don't you? No, you little apple. Oh. You see them birds up there, don't you, Mr. P? You watching them birds from over there? Yeah, you show them who's boss. You show them. He keeps these girls alive. Let me tell you, because we have a lot of hawks. Hi, Nacho. They won't play with her. She's an old girl. She walks. She has a walk issue. I don't know. I feel bad for her. This is, thankfully we have this small, this is usually where Nacho stays, the the old girl, she sleeps in here at night, and it has a little temporary run here. But during the day, I will put her in the big run. That way she's not stuck in this little run all the time. I just don't like them being... As you can see, I have ivy gourd growing on here for her as well. Alright, if you've made it this long, well, thanks for hanging out. This is drooping from the heat. No matter how much I water it, it's not liking this heat. Needs more shade. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, I do have a dragon fruit in here growing as well. I will find it you can see it right there. The trellis. This here is voluntary. It'll have lots of purple flowers. That also brings in the pollinators. I had to put all this stuff in the pot because the chicken's scratching it out. These are my compost bins, where I clean off a lot of the poop pads from their coop. What are you doing over here, Mr. P? They love to nap underneath the trailer there. That's what they're doing. Hi, Bosie. She's the bully. He's standing guard of his girls. He's a good rooster. Roosters are underestimated. He is amazing, that rooster, let me tell you. Alright, so there it is. Quick little backyard garden tour from my little sunny, central, hot Florida homestead, I should say. Yeah, I just like to let nature take over a lot of things. Have a good day and go grow something and then eat it. I'm gonna go pick some peppers and pick some cherry tomatoes and go inside and get some water because I'm sweating my brains out. See ya.